more life, which is awesome. And now we're just playing from the top. That might be too much. We might have overdone it. We even had Jace in our hand. Stop drawing cards. Am I right? Just stop it. Stop it. I think we're good. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. We're back today with another Core Set 2021 pre-release event deck sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. We're playing Sultai Self Mill. This is powerful. We're using Titan's Nest in conjunction with Chromatic Orrery for basically unlimited mana because it's a self-mill deck, so there's going to be a full graveyard and we can use that mana as any color, so we can basically free cast from anywhere. We have unlimited draw basically through the Great Henge, Uro, Yarok, and then we just play from the top of our library with Bolas Citadel. So that's really, really cool. As always, we're going to break down the deck list in full, the deck strategies and synergies, how all the cards work together to form the deck, right? And then we're going to go in and look at some gameplay footage from the pre-release event, breaking down all of the plays we can find within the meta. And boy, do we have some doozies of matches for you guys today. Some of the best gameplay I've ever recorded. Woof. And then we're coming full circle with our closing thought. So if you find any value within this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share it to a friend, and now let's break down Sultai Self Mill Core Set 2021. It starts out with 2 copies of Merfolk Secret Keeper. This is a 0/4. Venture Deeper is a sorcery adventure tagged to it. Target player mills 4 cards. Healer of the Glade ×3. A 1/2. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. 1 copy of Thassa's Oracle, a 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top X cards of your library, where X is your devotion to blue. Put up to 1 of them on the top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is greater than or equal to the number of cards in your library, you win the game. We have 3 copies of Mire Trident, a 2/1 with Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. Paradise Druid ×3. This is a 2/1. It has hexproof as long as it's untapped, and we tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Azusa Lost But Seeking, a 1/2, and you may play 2 additional lands on each of your turns, which is absolutely incredible. 3 copies of Dryad of the Elysian Grove. This is a 2/4 creature, and you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Lands you control are every basic type in addition to their other types. 4 copies of Uro Titan of Nature's Wrath, a 6/6. Sacrifice it unless it's escaped. The escape cost is 4, plus exiling 5 cards out of your graveyard. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. We have a single copy of Spark Double. This is a 0/0 creature. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature or planeswalker you control, except it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. If it's a creature, if it enters with it, or it enters with an additional loyalty counter on it if it is a planeswalker, and it isn't a legendary if that permanent is a legendary, and that's the most important part there. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, our first and only planeswalker. 4 loyalty, passive ability. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. +1, target player mills 2 cards, draw a card. -8, draw 7 cards. Then if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. 3 copies of Acolyte of Affliction, a 2/3. When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards. Then you may return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. 3 copies of Titan's Nest, an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard, exile a card from your graveyard, add a colorless mana, spend this mana only to cast a colored spell without X in its mana cost. 2 copies of Yarok the Desecrated, a 3/5 with Death Touch and Lifelink. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Moving on to our 6 drops, we have Bolas Citadel, a legendary artifact. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play land cards and spells from the top of your library. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its converted mana cost rather than pay its mana cost. We can also tap it, sacrifice 10 non-land permanents. Each opponent loses 10 life. 2 copies of Chromatic Orrery, another legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. We can tap it to add 5 mana of any color, and then we can pay 5 plus tap it to draw a card. For each color among permanents we control. 1 copy of the Great Henge, another legendary artifact. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tap it, add 2 forests, and you gain 2 life. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it and draw a card. These spells are accompanied by 2 islands, 3 swamps, 4 forests, 4 overgrown tombs, 2 Temple of Maladies, 4 breeding pools, 2 Temple of Mysteries, and 4 Zagoth Triomes. So that's the deck list. As far as the deck strategy goes, it's Self Mill deck that revolves around an infinite mana loop with Titan's Nest and Chromatic Orrery. As far as an opening hand goes, I love having Paradise Druid because our first objective is to get Titan's Nest in play. And if we can get this out on turn 3 over turn 4, that can really help, right? Other than that, we like to put things like Dryad of the Elysian Grove, Azusa Lost But Seeking in play. Also, Mirror Triton's Mill effect, and then Merfolk Secret Keeper's Mill effect is alright as well. Healer of the Glade, something we like to keep for later on when we're top decking with Bolas' Citadel and can get positive life gain from it, especially with Yarok the Desecrated. And because we are paying life for everything with Bolas' Citadel, life gain is really important, and Yarok is going to double the enter the battlefield effects from our Healer of the Glade, from Uro, from the Great Henge when another creature enters the battlefield, right? So there's lots of really cool ways to gain life within the deck, and it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Even Mirror Triton gains life. So a lot of life gain, a lot of playing multiple lands per turn, right? A little bit of ramp, get Titan's Nest out there right away. Try to save an Acolyte of Affliction in case you do need to pull out your Jace or your or your Thassa's Oracle from the graveyard so you don't mill yourself into defeat. But other than that, yeah, just ramp up, get Titan's Nest up, and then try to get Bolas' Citadel with Chromatic Orrery. That gives you basically an infinite mana base because you've been milling yourself. As long as your opponent doesn't exile your graveyard, you should be good. And yeah, with that being said, I'm live on Twitch every single morning, 6 a.m. PST. Come say hello. We have daily uploads on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit the bell icon, and then come back and do it all again tomorrow. And we have a great Discord you should join as well. Beginners to experts. You can get advice, share your experience with the game we all love. A big shout out to Wizards for inviting me to this event to showcase just how broken Chromatic Orrery and Titan's Nest is for you guys. Thank you so much. I know you're going to enjoy today's gameplay footage. Make sure to watch to the end so you don't miss my final thoughts. And then we're back with our final video of the day a little later, playing free-to-play Temur Elementals, which got a huge power buff as well. Thanks for watching, enjoy today's video, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. Let's keep it. Maybe it works out somehow in the long run. Interesting. So this is going to be Dimir, or actually Sultai Reanimation. Or just straight up Self Mill like we're doing. We might play our Dryad if we draw land. Burrow is also an option. I think Uro is our best option. Just to try to rush out our Titan's Nest, we need one more land. There it is, perfect. And we can actually start attacking for 2. Titan's Nest goes out next turn, followed by Bolas Citadel. We only have 3 in the graveyard so far. He plays his own Uro. He's way ahead of me. He's down to like 36 cards. Ooh, more land. What does he have for 1? Interested. Thing to dust. Okay. Get that land in play. Titan's Nest is now in play, which is fun. The bad thing here is Uros are going to come on the field. Those are pretty nasty. Mirror Triton does defend, but they just have so much internal value. Cling to Dust, 3 damage, 3 life. That sucks. Right, we need all the life we can get for this Bolas Citadel. Oh, it's nice to get the second out of the way. We need... Citadel is in play. We had to get rid of our Uro, which sucks. But we pull Yarok the Desecrated off the top. That's awesome. And we're going to Self Mill into an Orrery, which now makes our mana any color. So we can totally do anything here. Because Yarok, this is positive value. Right, we're using our mana from Titan's Nest as though it were any color. I don't really care for another Titan's Nest on pink. I suck. Ooh, we can't pay for that. We are down to 4, so he could probably just kill us with Creeping Chills. Is a bummer. We have 10 permanents to sack if we were going that route. But let's just pray that we survive. Running into that second copy of Chromatic Orrery is just as bad as running into a second copy of Bolas Citadel. There's plenty of more life gain within the deck. We just need to find our way there. We have to avoid Creeping Chills. And we did make it down to 29. He's at 31. We get another turn. I think we should be good. Watch us top deck a Great Henge. I mean, we could. That would be unfortunate. We do have 3 Titan's Nests, so we get to decide what our top deck is, which is really nice. And I wouldn't even mind drawing our Great Henge just for the additional life gain. But then again, any life gain is really good because of Yarok. He goes in with his Uro. Gains life, draws card, plays land. Secret Keeper as a creature. And we do get to go. Orrery to the graveyard. Land to the graveyard. Yarok to the graveyard. Uro on top, that's awesome. Let's play Uro. That draws our Jace. We get a ton of life here. Yes! You can come in tapped and eat all the life we can get. We get to scry these lands out of the way. Down to 21. Uro can stay there. Drawing all the cards we could ever want. Down to 18. And get plenty of life. Let's spark double this Yarok. And then play our healer. Just for a bunch of life, which is really nice. More life, which is awesome. And now we're just playing from the top. That might be too much. We might have overdone it. We even had Jace in our hand. Stop drawing cards. Am I right? Just stop it. Stop it. I think we're good. And let's make sure we at least get Jace in play. Am I right? And then we can Acolyte of Affliction. Through our Chromatic Orrery, Titan's Nest combo. I'm glad we finally got it to pop off. Absolutely insane once you do get it to. And that's game. Woo! All the life you could ever want. I don't even know. Let's take a Uro. Take another Uro. Surveil. There's nothing to surveil. And now let's do it with Thassa's Oracle. Right, we can basically just do whatever we want at this point. Unlimited resources, unlimited draw, and as long as we get our win condition, that's gonna be game. Woof. I don't think this is a very good hand. We're gonna mulligan it. Keeping this, I think it looks a lot better. And we can toss our Self Mill for now, since we don't have Titan's Nest in hand. We don't know that there's any converted value there. Let's take the Scry off the start. While I do love Yarok, he is subject to removal. Right? Let's toss that for now. Alright, he's thinking about his next move. Paying life for a Selesnya-based land. Temple Garden, I believe. Shepherd of the Flock. Alright. Nothing. Bounce, so he just draws from the Innkeeper. 1 damage, that's fine. Grab our Druid. Next turn we can Uro. Lands in play. Which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. Hopefully we pull another land, and then we can play our Citadel, or Titan's Nest will help us as well. This deck is more of a jank build. It's not meant to be as competitive as my last two that I've done. The Esper Superfriends or Walkers and the Bant Superfriends or Walkers. Those are definitely more competitive. This is a little bit jank, right? So we're gonna have to try our best to get a win. 5 damage does not feel good. First Uro is out. Cryo in play, and we did draw that other swamp that we need. Still at 17 life, so not so bad. Again, we can't play too many cards on 17 life, admittedly. Maybe we should have kept that Yarok, because it's a big source of our life gain. Right, doubling Uro's life gain, doubling Healer of the Glades life gain, right? Hopefully we get lucky and top deck some of those cards. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is a nice little Convoke there. We have to pay life, we go down to 15, and then he gets to attack with an outrageous amount. Let's just try to stay alive. We can go up to 3 here, which there's no need. Just play our Druid, and then our land's in tapped. No attacks. We're at 48. We're ready to drop our Bolas Citadel. Normally, this is something we like to cheat into play on turn 4 or turn 5 at the latest. But yeah, big ouchies here, that's for sure. Getting hit for 4, probably 7. I'll trade with the Flock Shepherd. That's fine. Or the Innkeeper. Oh, Loxodon Town. Very nice. So next turn we're absolutely mangled. This would be a good drop into our Bolas Citadel, but we don't have anything to get us there. We need just to go for it. Healer of the Glade is awesome. Life gain. We need to pull a Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Nope. Double land. So that really sucks. No attacks here. We're gonna get absolutely annihilated. At least we got our healer out. That's pretty cool. Getting hit for 6. Oh, so many. Yeah, big ouchies. Still receive 9 damage. A little early for Jace. What other choice do we have? We can mill him. Because we're not getting there. Blade maybe, right? That opens up some mana for us. 6 life, which is a bummer. So let's play our healer. That helps a bit. We need that Chromatic Orrery is the thing. Oh, that's really bad. Not have that be on top. No way for us to pay for that. But I don't think there's also much way for us to survive. We have 9 life. He only has 6 confirmed damage. Maybe we survive and get another chance. It sucks that we ran into our Bolas Citadel. If that was a Yarok, then we could have potentially gone infinite. Alright, spends all his mana on March of the Multitudes. We have 2 creatures with Death Touch. Right? Everything's blocked but the flyers. Yikes. Graveyard, please. Burrow in hand is really, really good. Let's play that. We gotta go in for the life gain. Oh. Now we just have to risk it for the biscuit. Auto paying this with our Titan's Nest. We have to exile a card. We really want this Orrery back in our hand. Let's get rid of a Dryad, I guess. And I suppose a healer, even though we need the life. I will take 2 more lands. Self Mill. Oh, we just got rid of our Yarok. And we can't play it. He hits for 6 in the air, and we need to survive. So we don't want to pay any more life for anything, right? That's all of our mana. Even though I want to play that. Down to 23 cards. If we play that, he'll win if we don't finish the match right now. And it costs us 4. So I don't think it's worth it. No attacks. In turn, let's try to defend. Burrow's gone, which means game because we don't have enough blockers. Oh. Well, no, that's still game. Or no, it's not. Interesting. Let's just chump with Paradise Druid, getting hit for 6. I think he had lethal there. I'm gonna keep this. I am going to exile 2 cards here. Playing Acolyte of Affliction. We need our Chromatic Orrery, but we also need our Yarok for the life gain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can cast for 4 with Yarok. This will gain us plenty of life. Oh, Lost the 2 Mire Tridents. Land. Dryad. Nest. Down to 1 life. We are risking the biscuit. We're gonna gain 6 here though. Draw 2 cards. That's really nice. We get to play both of those. Down to 7. Again, we do have blockers. Let's try to survive just like we did last turn rather than going in for the confirmed death. We have 18 cards left only. Just keeping out of reach from those fairy guide mothers if we can. And he did miss lethal last turn to give us another chance, which I appreciate, right? Maybe we should have taken our Chromatic Orrery. We don't have too many cards in the graveyard, though, to exile with Uro, so we could have played an additional Uro. So I'm not sure that would have been a similar effect. Uro does get nuked, and he has lethal here. Please convoke something. Right, all we needed was one more turn, one more slip up. Invoke, invoke, invoke. Oh, we have life gain off of Yarok, which is helpful. And we have these blocks chumped right out pretty easily, like. Down to -1, up to 2. We can play 3 lands this turn. I say put it to the grave. And Uro right off the top is ideal. Why can we not play that? Have I gone insane? I guess let's play this Uro and draw that other Uro. We need to leave Jace in there. Just gaining a bunch more life here. I'm not sure why I couldn't play that Uro off the top. We do have our Orrery, finally. It costs 7 though, is the thing. And with our Jace in the graveyard, we really need to get lucky with the card we pull. We're safe. Just grab a bunch more life. Let's draw these cards. The healer really helps. But we need a way to bring our win condition back from the grave. Lands can go to the bottom. Oof, does that ever suck? But why not? We have to basically do it. Gain some life here. Draw these cards. Gain some more life here. We are just really... Oh, there it is, there it is. We got it! That's game. Oh, unless we draw. No, that's good. I don't know if this will kill us or not. We need to stack these triggers. Oh, we should have been able to go to our library and grab it. No! Okily dokily. This looks pretty good. His name's Loxodon though, that scares me. We're gonna self mill before our Titan's Nest. Alrighty. Dryad hits next turn. He's trying to get a read. What's going on here? He kind of sees it with the Chromatic Orrery. He's ramping as well. Hopefully we draw another land. A swamp, please, and thank you. It's better than not. And now all of our lands are all colors, so we don't necessarily need a swamp. Hitting with our Dryad. Basically just looking for our Bolas Citadel. Ooh, Escape to the Wild. Spends all his mana, but that's a sick ramp. Acolyte of Affliction can bring our Orrery into our hand. And then Titan's Nest can cheat it into play. Song of Creation is nasty. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards, and then at the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. You can counter a legendary spell, which is our Orrery. We're gonna wanna use this as counter on his creation. Oh, it's a colored spell. I actually forgot about that. So we're not cheating that in quite yet. We can throw the Great Henge in play. Getting rid of our land. Well, oh my lord, they canceled it from all. Oops. Sorry, sir. Just wanted to select a new card. There we have it. Down to 10. We can gain 2 life with the Henge, which does help. Also 2 mana, which brings us to 4, 5, 6. I think this is the take a second turn, win the game. He could have that new card. I want to call it Dissolution, but I don't think that's what it is. Discognuity, where it just ends the turn. It's a pretty cool combo with Chance for Glory, because normally at the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. But if you end your turn before your end step, you don't lose the game. It's pretty cool stuff, right? Going into sideboard with Fae. Very powerful. Just straight rude. What does he get though? What does he get? An Ashiok potentially? No, he doesn't have access to black. Oh, his own Jace. He is self-milling. Decent. Oh, it's nice to see. Yeah, discognuity. That's it. I think he did it too early though, did he not? He didn't take his the next turn. I think he definitely did it too early. He was supposed to take this turn and do it during this turn. So he might have another copy of it. That would be cool. For him, not for us. It does go into exile as well. Another Song Creation. It costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 blue, which he does have access to, down to 26 cards. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have it because he's running 4 copies of it for sure. So a little bit of a misplay, but coming full circle. Does this work on Chance for Glory? On top of a Chance for Glory? Can you stack that? Does that work, or does he lose on this end step? I'm very curious on how that works. Down to 2 mana. Not necessarily too bad. 20 cards in deck. Oh, he does get it. Decent. Nice. So this is kind of like the new Nexus loop that we're seeing, right? Where you can take infinite turns with Chance for Glory for 3 mana, which is incredibly broken. And then you're casting Discognuity for 4. It's so good. I thought he was down to only 2 mana. I guess not, though. So he just needs to repeat the process or self-mill him, which he appears to have under control. Right? He's just drew an insane amount of cards. And he has all of his mana available, and he's doing more loops, which draw more cards. So a very, very cool deck. We'll give him a hello, good game, let him know who we are. Very nice. And one of the deadliest self-mills that we've seen so far today. Woof. Alrighty, opponent goes first. Never a good sign. We do have 2 Uros, which is nice. And an Orrery if we can get there. It's doubtable. Titan's Nest is nice. That's kind of what we're looking for. Unfortunately, Titan's Nest doesn't really help to cheat Orrery out on the field. We do have to get to it organically. But when we do, goodness gracious, is it ever fun. I say we just plop our Triome in. Oh, right in with it, hey? Let's go Uro into this Triome. And then we can do the exact same thing with this chunk of land. Ooh, Rin and Siri in the house! Hello! Do a little bit of Self Mill here. Dropping our healer sucks, dropping our Dryad of the Elysian Grove sucks, but sacrifices must be made. Beat the dog tribal. Dog/cat tribal, I guess. Puppy cat tribal? We can drop our Orrery next turn. That immediately gives us enough mana to cast Uro again. That's nice. That's real good. That's a lot of cats. We can cheat Titan's Nest out. And by golly, this next turn's not going to be good. We need to hold on to as much life as we can. He's only going to attack with his tokens. He doesn't want to lose Club Warden. He doesn't want to lose Rin and Ciri. So he can just kill our Death Touch for 3 mana and tapping Rin. And now he can hit for just an exorbitant amount. Playing Pack Leader. That's insane, boys. We're getting boxed out today. That can go to the graveyard, most definitely. Arrow comes out. This is a help. Not good. Let's just go for it. We need to continuously draw creatures here. Okay, that helps, that helps. So does that. Except we need, oh, we don't have any. Yikes. I guess we just need land. Enters tapped. As long as we don't get demolished this turn, which I am kind of predicting that we will. Down to 38. If we get our Bolas Citadel off the top, I think we have a chance. Incredible. Everybody gets buffed up here by the Leosaur. Woof. That's all I have to say. And this dude's got haste as well. Nice. So we may not be winning matches with the Sultai Self Mill deck, but we are seeing some of the coolest matches I've partaken in all day. Right? Different archetypes, very unique, and they're really coming together, which is quite cool. Oh, this is horrible. They're all so buff. We gotta kill that guy for sure. We're just so dead is the thing. I don't even want to partake. Right? 5, 10, 15, 21. Yeah, there's nothing. I believe that's safe by a long shot. Yummy. It's raining cats and dogs. Alright, you guys, Sultai Self Mill. We had to work for it, but when we got it, it was worth it. I enjoyed every minute of it. Ton of fun. Ramp into Titan's Nest, get Chromatic Orrery with Bolas Citadel out. Yarok really helps balance that equation through the life gain. And then, yeah, you basically just free cast your whole deck, which is my favorite way to play Magic. We're back in a little bit with Temur Elementals. Big shout outs to Wizards for inviting me to this pre-release event. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share to a friend, hit the bell icon, live on Twitch, join the Discord, yada, yada, yada. And we'll see you in a little bit, guys. Take care.